Greetings guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I hope that you are well, and I hope that you are fighting, because there is a lot to be fighting for. As usual, there'll be a link in the description to the page on my website with a bunch of petitions, donations, emails to send to MPs, etc, etc. And remember that while you are there signing petitions, you can also go to my shop and purchase a hoodie and a mug. They're all sustainably made and fair trade, so if you want to grab one of those, then I would really appreciate you. Oh, I also really want to say thank you so much for 200k. Like, that's absolutely unreal. Blows my mind. Thank you so much. Everything has happened so unbelievably quickly, and I cannot express the level of gratitude I have for every single one of you. Thank you for continuing to support me and my channel. I do not have words for the amount of love I have for each and every one of you, so thank you. And if you aren't subscribed, you know what to do. You know where the button is. You know what to do. I don't have to tell you. Anyway, today's video, we are going through a Reddit that I have not heard of before, but it's quite amusing. And it is r/choosingbeggars. And yeah, people, man. People. Really just so entitled. So many people are so entitled, and I wanted to talk about it. So here we are, ready to go. I am livid. Blank has been babysitting for me for 7 months now, $100 a week. The hours are easy, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m, like a normal job. And the kids are basically angels. They sleep most of the day anyway at this age. I get a text from her saying she's applying to Walmart and that she can't afford to work for me anymore. She's not paying me anything. I'm paying her. What do you mean afford? Have fun working longer hours for less pay, you ungrateful bitch. And now I'm stuck without childcare. All the daycares in my area are super expensive, and every time I've posted an ad on a local buy and sell, people have left really mean comments. I'm getting desperate. I can't believe she'd put me in this spot. This is risking my livelihood. I thought she was my friend. We love exploiting workers and getting mad at them for no longer wanting to be exploited. You realize that $100 a week is nothing. That's nothing. That barely pays, that doesn't even pay for food, let alone like rent and electricity and things. That $100 a week? Nothing. Pathetic. Applying for Walmart, she's gonna earn more money, and thus she can't afford to keep working for you because you're not paying her. That's how this works. I can't believe $100 a week. Even if you worked like 1 day a week, $100? That, no. That's nothing. That's terrible, terrible pay. Pay people a good amount and understand that people need to move on. You know, people can't be babysitters for you forever, especially when they have to live their lives and pay bills and things. You realize people's time is worth money, right? Would you be happy with $100 a week? Probably not. So maybe sort it out. Look after your own kids. I've seen it with my own eyes. Women are very shallow. I'm short, ugly, and broke, so I don't date, but my good-looking friends get the hottest women and the most women. Gee, I wonder why. How many short, ugly, broke women have you asked out? Why would I do that? This is just the incel experience. It's just the hypocrisy just oozing out of the situation. Attacking women and complaining and saying that they're selfish and self-absorbed and shallow because they don't give short men a try. They won't date ugly men. But then they're out here being like, no, I don't want to date you. You're not pretty enough. Where's the logic? Why do you think that you're worth more than women? Why do you think that every woman owes you and has to serve you, but the second they don't want to do that, they're a bad person? Yet you are allowed to reject as many women as you like. They're not allowed to reject you. That makes them a bitch. But you're allowed to reject as many women as you like, and that's totally fine. My guy, get yourself off that pedestal. Maybe women aren't rejecting you because you're short and ugly. They're rejecting you because you're an asswipe. I don't know. Maybe. That's just one woman's opinion. No, actually, that's many women's opinion. That's why you don't date. We will put your song in the film in either the beginning credits or the closing credits. Criteria. The song must have music and lyrics. We have written permission from you to use the song. The song must fit the genre and mood of the film. This will be determined by our composer for $400. Who wants to do a ton of work for free? In fact, you give me money and I will give you the smallest bit of exposure that will do absolutely nothing for you. How about we do that? That sounds really fair. That's not how any of this works. Do you know how much artists get paid for their songs in movies? They get paid a very hefty sum. This isn't how life works. We live in a capitalistic society. You can't be out here expecting people to do things for you for a favor. Ugh! I hate capitalism as much as the next person, but unfortunately, this is where we're at, all right? Deal with it. Hey Adam, I've heard you've made mobile apps before. I was wondering if you could make one for me. Yeah, I have. Hate to ask, but I've had some people ask me to do it for free. You can pay me, right? I charge $20 to $75 an hour to people I know and based on how difficult I think it is. I was thinking we could split the profits of the app 50-50, so you could make a lot more overall. Sorry, mate, I need some guaranteed money here. Come on, dude, you should be grateful I'm offering you 50-50. You could even add to your resume that made my app. How about this? You tell me the idea and I make the app and get 100% of the profits. Then you could put it in your resume and that you came up with the idea for the app I made. F off. So you get it then. You want this person to make an app and put your name on it and then you get 50% and he only gets 50%. Like, what? What's the logic there? Again, look at professional app developers and how much money they make and get paid. Pay him money and then don't give him any profit. Don't give him any shares. Pay him and then you never have to give him any money that you earn. So you're saying you'll make a lot more overall? You clearly don't believe that, or you would be willing to pay him because then you'd make your money back. If you think he's going to make a lot more money overall, surely you'd want 100% of that profit. Like if your app is worth it, if this man is like, yeah, $1,000 and I'll make your app, and you believe your app is $1 million idea, you're willing to give that person $500,000 instead of the just 1,000? I don't think you are. I don't think you think you're gonna make much profit off of this. I think you just wanna use someone to do some dumb idea that you have. That's what I think this really is. So, sort it out. Pay people what they're worth. That's his job. That's his job. Phone is in immaculate condition, no scratches, no marks, no dents, as the phone has never been out of the phone case and has been thoroughly looked after. Comes with the box, but unfortunately no charger or headphones. Looking for as close to the asking price as possible, but I will consider a sensible offer. Hi, can you hold it to the Christmas sales? Can you deliver also? £250 if I deliver, you're miles away. But down to 90 all in the sales, yeah? This just reminds me of this time. Back in 2013, my mum got a whole bunch of Blackberries, pretty much new. Some of them had like they were very slightly scratched just because they'd been in like a box together. And I had a friend come over and she really needed a new phone. So I thought I was being really nice. I was like, hey, you can have a Blackberry for free. You can have one. And she picked one up and she looked at it and she was like, it's a little bit scratched. So I'll get rid of it. I don't want it. Bro, you needed a new phone. And I'm here giving you a Blackberry for free. And you're like, oh, but it has a scratch on the screen. Not even a thank you for the offer. Just looking at it and saying it had a scratch. Anyway. That's my story of one of these. I really need a new phone. Here, have a new phone. No. I understand. But she didn't have the money to buy a new phone. Like, she was complaining that she couldn't afford a new phone. So I thought I was gonna be nice. But apparently not. When I became a military spouse, I thought I would get free stuff. What the frick? Military spouses deserve free drinks. F this place. OMG. F this place. We serve our asses off way more than anyone. What do? You just married someone. You, the wife of a military person, serve your ass off? Correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't do anything. I mean, you do things, like you have a job or whatever, but like what makes you, a military person's wife, deserving of free things compared to everyone else? I don't think that's how, no, I don't think that's how this works. I really don't think that's how this works. Calm down, sit down, be quiet. What's your rate? $220 an hour, but I pretty much charge by the piece. What do you have in mind? I want to get something on my leg covered up, but that's out of the price range. Okay, well, Ink Money, Big City, and Idle Hands are local shops with great artists if you want to shop around. I'm out of the States at the moment anyway, so there would be a wait. Can't you cut me a deal? I'm a single mom, lol. I don't give a fuck if you run an orphanage, TBH. Wow, fuck you, dude. How about I let everyone know you're a jackass? Stop expecting artists to make exceptions for you. This is their job. They know what they're worth. They know what people are willing to pay them. You not being his client, he doesn't miss out on anything. There are other people who are going to pay what he's worth. Imagine if your boss came into work one day and said, oh, my kid wants to go to an expensive university, so I'm cutting your salary just because it's a bit too expensive. Yeah, your salary is actually costing me a little bit too much money. Cut me some slack. You'd be fuming. Fuming. Because that's your job. That's how much you get paid. That's what you're worth, right? So you understand how this works. It's so disrespectful. So many people are so disrespectful to artists. It's like, I don't think your art is worth that much. Your time, your art, no, it's not that valuable to me, actually. I think that you should cut me a deal. It's so disrespectful. Hey, where did you put my headphones after you used them? I can't find them. I have them. Oh, can you bring them or can I come get them? Why? You said I could have them. What? When? When I slept over, you told me you had some when I asked. Yeah, for you to borrow that night, not for you to keep. Oh, well, I'm still using them. I don't have any. Can I just keep them? No, those were a Christmas gift and my only wireless headphones. It's not like they're AirPods or anything. Just get a new pair. What? They were still like $250 headphoons. But you said I could have them. Just get whoever gave them to you to buy new ones. Please give back my headphones. My guy? Just get whoever bought them for you to buy you new ones. $250? $250. If it's that easy and you can say that about $250, buy your own. They have headphones that were bought for them. They don't need to buy new ones. How about you buy yourself some headphones? If it's that easy that you can tell someone else to go spend $250 on something they already have, surely you can buy $250 headphones for yourself. The entitlement. Oh my God, all these people. So entitled, so entitled. Ah, it's giving me a headache. I say that every video, and every video I make gives me a headache. I think I'm gonna leave it there. I've had enough. I have had enough. Thank you so much for coming along. I hope that you have enjoyed my video. A massive thank you to my Kiwi Fruit channel members whose names are up on the screen right now. And a big thank you to my channel member of the day, Minna. I love and appreciate you so, so much. If you would like to become a channel member, you get my videos a day early as well as 10% off my shop. And you can join by clicking the little blue join button or the top link in my description. Oh, I'm dying. These are exhausting. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. Thank you so, so much for coming along. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes, you